I'm Peter.
And I'm Brent, and we are building Aveo. So with this channel, we want to try to document what we have done throughout the build process, or I should say before the build process, and then ultimately through the build process. There's a lot of videos that talk about building a custom house from the contractor standpoint, but there's not a lot that talk about what it's like as the owner of the property and building a custom house and what all you have to go through in order to get there. And I'm not going to pretend as though we know all of them, but we're going to talk about some of them at least.
Yeah, there's not a lot of information out there because I don't think it's a project that a whole lot of people really take on. So our hunt first started looking for a lot. And we looked around at a few different properties in the area.
One of the places we were looking at fairly seriously was within a subdivision, and we decided that we didn't want to deal with all the potential politics of living within a subdivision that was well established. It was built in the mid to late 90s or something like that.
Yeah, we weren't big fans of paying HOA dues.
No.
And having to adhere to all their building rules too. Because even though we're building a custom home, we're still within the confines of what the HOA says you can build in the subdivision. And I found this lot. It was listed online. It did not have a for sale sign out front.
The land that we ended up finding was 70 by 300 or something along those lines. It is a massive piece of land. We can literally build whatever we want, and nobody can, other than the city and the county, can tell us that we can't do it.
And the other caveat to it was that it had tenants in it that were renting the place. So that probably turned away a lot of people.
We looked at it and said, there's tenants in the property, and this is a really good thing for us. So they actually ended up being really awesome tenants for us. Yeah. So if you get in a situation like we were in, where you can get a property that has tenants in it that you're gonna demo, and they are really, really happy living in the property while you do all this design work, jump on that. So some of the things we're hoping to do with this channel are, we're gonna show you some time lapses of the construction. We're gonna put a number of cameras outside of the building and show you the demo part, the building part, the laying of the foundation and everything else like that along the way. But we wanna make sure that we loop you in on all the kind of weird things we've had to deal with, all the normal things we've had to deal with, and what the overall process has been, because it is a very unique process. It's been very frustrating at times. And if I can save anybody an ounce of frustration that I've had with HVAC contractors, would be great.
Let alone the overwhelming amount of decisions that you're gonna need to make.
We've tried to make as many decisions as we can before the build.
And just really wanted the big picture of how much is this whole thing going to cost us.
It's just been very nice to be able to go into it and say, we know exactly what faucet we're gonna have. We know exactly what door handle we're gonna have. We know exactly what door we're gonna have. We're not gonna have to make these decisions on the fly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to do these videos maybe every week-ish. He travels a lot for work, so he may not always be able to join us. And I'm not gonna commit to doing every week because there may not be anything interesting to talk about. So thanks for joining us.
Like, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter.
See you next time.